5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Alright, I'm just gonna get my character set up here. Mr.
Epic.
Speedrun, and we're gonna make him a Twi'lek. That's fine.
All right, so welcome in everybody to the most scuffed audio setup ever on the Cool Cat Gang. I mean, the Old Republic Jedi Knight Prologue Speedrun by thezman1. Z-Man, how you doing?
Pretty good. Pretty well.
That is epic.
So we'll just pretend I didn't jump there, which this run won't really count towards the leaderboards or anything, because during a special event, double XP started with Star Wars Day, so good. Alright, so I've got my keybind set up now, so basically what you're gonna hear is me pushing spacebar and number 2. There's one specific piece of story. If you push 2, then you don't have to fight. If you push anything else, you have to fight. So, and we're gonna start the timer in 3, 2, 1. And right now I'm just grabbing my rocket boost, so I have that on my bar. All here and quick travel.
Greetings. You are cleared for the following travel routes.
Alright, so this should be a little bit faster because it's it should be a little bit faster because it's double XP, so hopefully I also have no idea how to play the class that I'm currently playing. Great.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, that's always a good start.
Yeah. But it's the new meta for speedrunning because they changed a lot of things recently. I need to collect exactly 10 credits from these dead people.
Yeah, I gotta say, so like this is MMORPG, obviously. So like this is like a lot different than, you know, you're playing a game offline on your console. You have no outside factors going on.
Yep.
You know, very little things change. I mean, I'm sure a lot of stuff changes very frequently with this kind of stuff.
Yes. So recently there used to be where certain classes would be restricted to certain stories. So recently they removed the barrier on that. So right now I'm playing a Sith character on a Jedi storyline.
Oh yeah, that sounds normal.
Sounds... definitely. I'm just shooting lightning at people. Okay. Alright, and I do mash spacebar quite often, because there is a lot of talking. But I mean, the amount of story in the game is fantastic. So now I'm going into this cave to kill some more of the ancient beings on Tython. So this is set, I think, I want to say I think 6,000. Or I think it's somewhere between like 5,000 and 6,000 before A New Hope, I think. So we're sitting on the Jedi homeworld of Tython.
6,000 years?
I think it's 6,000. It might be like
that's
3.
A lot of years.
Yeah,
wow.
It might be like 3. But yeah, it's like way before A New Hope. So right now, I am basically training to become a Jedi. As a Sith, of course, as one does. And so now I have to talk to these people. And because some of the dark side options are going to be number 2, so I am going to have to kill some people here and there. That's totally fine. And now I'm going to quick travel back up to where we came in. And then I will be taking a taxi. That's why we got exactly 10 credits. It takes exactly 10 credits to get to the Jedi Temple from where we currently are.
So, with this like particular speed run, what exactly is the goal here? Like, what is the like? How much of the quests of this game are you actually going to complete? Because obviously, there's a lot of different categories and quest lines that you can do.
Right. So with this one, I'm doing basically just the opener to the entire story. So I'm doing the first 2 planets. So the first planet is Tython. The second planet is Coruscant. Which the Senate Tower looks similar to what it looks like in like Phantom Menace and Attack of the Clones and things like that. So that'll be kind of familiar. And then I'll also visit the Republic Fleet, which is like, you know, the whole hub of everything. And I turned chat off, so that way we can't see in-game chat, because fleet chat is a whole different thing. You get some really good banking advice sometimes, yeah?
I'm sure there's no bots in this MMO, right?
Well, you see, there are a couple. I hope it gave me the right kind of lightsaber. I never actually checked to see if they, like, yeah, it does. Because for this particular character, he uses a double-bladed lightsaber. So, basically Darth Maul. Yeah, and speaking of bots, there's like one that runs around like one of the higher planets on the PvP instance and just farms stuff to sell. Like 24/7. But now I'm grabbing the systems, I think, and talking to my master. He's telling me about going to the Twi'lek village. The Twi'leks have settled on Tython illegally, and because we were Jedi, we went them off of our planet. And, of course, it's the Republic, so...
Reminder, mechanized travel is for official business only.
I could put some cool armor on since this doesn't count, so I'm gonna do that real quick while we're on this. Oh, I don't have enough credits for that. Disregard. Won't be doing that. Actually, I can wear it. But you can't see the headset because of the black. Yeah, you can. So now this is what I like to call my character having magnets in it that attaches it to the wall, because this building literally hates me, and I just run into the wall half of the time.
Sabotage would be the...
So they recently also changed and put like arbitrary walls behind all of the abilities, which is great. Great for speedrunning, totally. So you used to be able to have stealth at like level 5. Now you don't get it until level 10. So, it does make it a little bit of a longer run. But this class that I'm playing also didn't used to have access to stealth. So, I mean, it's a double-edged sword. So now we're gonna go see the Flesh Raider compound. And find out how they've been getting, like, weapons. They're, like, not supposed to know how to use a weapon. And it looks like there are people out today, so I've got pretty good groups not being spawned. And then, of course, one pops up right in front of me.
Yeah, that's definitely one of the more strange aspects of an MMO speedrun is you have to, you know, deal with other player RNG. Like, I don't know, do people like, I don't know, work together to get crazy fast speedrun times? Is that a thing?
I don't know. I've never done it. But I have no clue. But I feel like on a couple of these planets, like the lower level planets that I'm gonna be on, the aggro range on things. Whoa, hello, goodbye. I don't know if anybody else saw that, but he was like right in front of me, and then he was gone and fighting somebody else. I'll take it. Welcome to another strange thing that enemies that people are running past just randomly rebound, and you know, it's okay. Everything's fine. Just go about our business. So usually in this cave I would do the bonus, but because it's double XP and we're already level 6, we're not even halfway through Tython, I am not going to worry about it. So I have to kill this guy, get a key off of him, and open this door. Then we'll meet our first companion. Actually, it's not going to be our companion yet, but he is... some people may recognize him. He's 701. I guess we're going to sabotage. And so now we found out that a Jedi who fell to the dark side is influencing the flesh rate. And sometimes when you like left click and right click and go into like a loading screen, you will lose your mouse, which is great. That's just what happened.
She died in my...
So now we found out that the matriarch of the village has died. Go talk to her daughter right here. And now we're gonna go visit an ancient part of, even more ancient than we already are. It's called Kaleth. Bunch of like old droids and things there.
Reminder, mechanized travel is for official business only.
I like to call these the 10-hour taxis because they take forever to get to places.
Yeah, it seems like the engines on the back aren't really doing too much either.
Yeah.
Not sure if that's like a video setting thing or if there's just they just didn't bother to add that, but that seems like a bit of an oversight.
Yeah, I think they just didn't add it. Like, there's no like spark or anything, because this is like the highest quality settings. Hold on one. Okay. So this is what we call a heroic, or what is called a heroic. And it'll come in handy when we come back here later, because it allows me, so this is another great thing, and this is like great across the board, like even if you play like casually, because this pass that I have will take me directly to the entrance of a heroic, and it's right next to another piece of story here, but it's also good, I think she doesn't broke and you don't have to walk there. I've been playing this game for 8 years, so when they added that, that was like one of the best quality of life changes they'd ever made to the game. And another thing, you'll see me constantly popping open the map to make sure I'm going the right direction, because even though I've done this class story like a billion times, because Jedi Knight is like the only class that I play, I still get lost.
I gotta say, I'm greatly amused by the fact that you made your name Mr. Speedrun because
Yes.
I don't know if you know, but that is a some might call him famous, some might call him infamous. SM64 streamer.
Oh.
It's a nice, that's a nice little
Yeah. I mean, that's just what I always name my
fact.
speedrun characters.
That's funny.
Yeah. Literally, so like my normal characters are
one of the flesh raiders.
all like Mr. What's a Taunt, Mr. You know, What's a Class Story. 'Cause
I wish we
when I play class stories, I do this. I spacebar. So yeah, and then since I'm speedrunning, I usually make him a body type 4 though, because funnier. Let's see. So now we're going to plant surveillance in this area because you know, we want to make sure that the flesh raiders aren't doing anything hideous. But we just did fight one that knew how to use the Force, so now everybody's worried about them coming and killing us all.
Small details.
Yes. And these droids will aggro like far away. Like I'll be running and I'll be, I don't know, maybe like 20 meters from one, and it'll be like, oh, hey, how you doing? Gonna aggro onto you real quick. So now, like I said, this is double XP, so I am earning like a boatload of XP for everything that I do. So normally, I would not be level 8 right now. I would probably be 6 or like 5. I'm gonna do this, so I should have stealth in 2 levels, which would be nice, and then I can stealth through everything, as long as they don't have stealth detection, which is another thing that
I'm here.
go back to the village. We've planted our spices. Another thing that I think is funny is that since they did the 7.0 update a couple of months ago, you get your abilities automatically given to you. So if you've noticed, some have been popping up on my bar as I've been going through. The only thing that doesn't is speeder piloting. You have to go to the trainer and actually train that, which I just think is hilarious.
You gotta get your driver's license.
Yeah, definitely.
So what is that ability you keep using to like float?
Oh, so that is called a rocket boost. It is like the best thing ever, and it used to be broken. So there used to be a trick where you could make it a favorite vehicle, and you could just hit the favorite vehicle button, and every time the rocket boost died off, you could unlimitedly chain them together.
Ah, that's nice.
And so they fixed that, so now you can use it every 30 seconds, but like it was intended. But it gives me 110% movement speed for 15 seconds. And once I get stealth, I can actually use it in stealth, so it's way better stealth. But stealth does slow you down by 15%, so then you're only getting like a 95% movement speed. But you also don't aggro anything, so there's perks. Now we're a little bit deeper into the Flesh Raider village, and they just have these tires everywhere of burning logs. And then I'm gonna do a little hill skip, so I don't have to walk up the mountain. I mean, it's debatable on whether it's faster or not if you can get it first try. bad. Don't aggro. Okay. And that's another thing is like the aggro ranges on some of these guys. Like I can be right next to them and some of them won't aggro. But other ones, if I get like anywhere near them, fight them. And it's inconsistent, but it is what it is. And so I just got a new offhand. So the class that I play uses a double-bladed lightsaber, but also uses a focus, because they are technically a tank. They can be a tank or a DPS. So, usually the character that I run through this with has 2 lightsabers. So I figured why not shake it up a little. Do the actual strategy this time. So now we've met the guy who's been causing all the issues. Bengal Moore. And he used to be the Padawan of our master. So now he's just kind of back for revenge. Alright. And I'm surprised I haven't, like, ran into these walls. Because that's, like, you know, 10% of my speedruns is just running into walls, so. I also learned of a new strategy, a couple of months ago, where I used to fight the guys that come out of the ground here, but as they don't require you to not be in combat to do these, I just disable them and run. Which saves probably like 20 seconds, 20 to 30 seconds.
Kind of strange that you can just use the objects while they're fighting you.
Typically you can't. Like most times they're like, oh, you're in combat, you can't do that. But with this one, it's like, you know, and then if I need it, I have a med pack on my bar now, which will give me a little bit of health if I need it. But usually they de-aggro right about there. And they just disappear back into the ground. Okay, so now the part of that heroic comes into play as we are going back to Caliph. Now for this part, they sent a Jedi Master in, and well, nobody's heard from him, so we have to go see what the problem is.
So send the new guy.
Yeah, definitely.
That makes sense.
Then the
If you
guy
sent the
that's not
Jedi
even a
Master and he
Jedi.
died, so
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
just send the new guy.
Totally fine.
That's
Alright.
reasonable.
So I'm gonna aggro one or both of these, so I'm gonna try to just hit this one. Yeah. You see, like, I was, like, super far away from him. He's like, yeah, I just want to fight you. At least it was just that disregard. Now it's 2 of them. Now there are 2 of them. This is getting out of hand. Alright. The extra XP is nice, because I'll be level 10 before I have to go forge. And so now there's a Flesh Raider that has Jedi lightsaber, so we definitely cannot allow that. Usually in this location I'm about level 7, and guys almost kill me every time. have to say probably one of the most fun speed runs in SOTOR is doing like actual raids with a group of people. And that's changed quite a bit too since 7.0, because they've changed where
Flesh rip is
you can't stealth and break combat anymore like you used to be able to do. So that's kind of changed a couple of things. But it's still a fun time.
Definitely interesting, because a lot of times when you have these games that, you know, people speedrun while they get updated a lot, like Minecraft or something, you get a situation where people will be like, no, we're just gonna run this old version, but like you literally can't do that with this. Like you just have to
Yes.
run whatever's the newest thing.
Yep. And there's the walls. Yeah, so I mean it makes it interesting, keeps you on your toes, I guess.
Oh yeah.
But we adapt pretty quickly with new strategies. So, like I was saying, they decoupled the characters needing to be a certain one from story. That was a good thing that they added. Oh, I have stealth now. Cool. Where am I? Okay. Alright, now we're gonna go see Jedi 4. So I typically don't hit 10 until I'm on the fleet or on Coruscant. Double XP is amazing. Good, it looks like people have been killing things. And now we walk forever. I think I might actually... This one isn't gonna count. I might just pull out speeder piloting. And throw on a speeder. This cave's... Now we're just making our way to the Jedi Forge, where our master is gonna let us forge a new lightsaber. But the issue is, our enemy is at the forge now too, so we have to go defeat him as well. And save our Jedi Master. It's like we do all the saving. Like, why can't the Jedi Master do any of it? Alright, now we're gonna do stealth. Slip past these guys really quick. With a rocket boost on. I think that's the best part about rocket boost is it doesn't break stealth. Nor does the, so as an assassin I do get like a force speed. It's like a 2-second like movement ability. Where I think you go like, let's say it's like a 10% faster as well. But it's really just to kind of like get you out of things. But it's also a great ability to have speedrunning. So I've already got what I call my sleep, I think. Oh, that is... No, that's my interrupt. No, that's my taunt. I don't actually have my sleep yet, but... Should be getting that soon. I'm not sure what the level, the arbitrary level is on it anymore. And normally, I would have to fight all these guys, but I have stealth.
I like how stealth just turns you into like an 80s wireframe.
Yes, great. So the The other ones just turn you blue. So there's like the assassin one turns you purple. The Jedi consular one turns you yellow, and then the tech classes turn you blue. So, and then you still do have to be careful going between these guys, because if you bump into one, they're gonna be upset.
So you can just stealth infinitely, or
Yep. And I can use my
Wow.
rocket boost every 30 seconds when it comes off the cooldown. Inside of stealth. Yeah. It's sort of broken. See, normally I would struggle to kill this guy, but... also, I should have T7 on damage, he's on heals. Didn't think about that. I'll fix that. So a few years ago, they did an update to where companions used to only be one certain role, so they could either be tank, heal, or damage. Also my keys up again. So now they've changed it to where companion can be all three, which was also nice. Well, I mean that was just casually nice. But yeah, it's even better for speedrunning now. So I can just basically do double the damage. Back to the Jedi Temple. And funny enough, there is a bar inside of the Jedi Temple, so there's a quick travel point to the bar, so we don't have to walk from the speeder pad to the Jedi Temple. We can travel right into the bar inside the temple.
actually Star World, guys. I don't know what you guys are talking about in the chat. It's definitely Star World.
Yes, 100%. And then we're talking to, like, the Grand Master and all the other masters. Let's see.
Game looks surprisingly good for being over a decade old now.
Yeah, they've done a lot of updates to it. So a lot of, like, the character screen, when I was building my character, that's all brand new. They've redone a lot of the intros recently. And some things when you're traveling to the fleet are different. Traveling to certain planets, they've updated those. So they're really trying to better. Oh, I forgot I can put an XP on. Double XP. So it can be like double and a quarter XP. And this is the Republic fleet. You see very little of it, but there's 4 sections. 5, I guess. Also, my frame rate is gonna, like, explode. And it's not my PC. It is the fact that when you get more than, like, 4 or 5 characters in one spot, standing together, your frame rate goes from 200 FPS to about 27. It's great.
Oh, that sounds healthy.
Yeah. So I used to run, like, big groups of, like, 32 people. We would go do, like, certain bosses and things. I have to turn nameplates off sometimes because my frame rate just dies. Yeah. Great. So now we're going to the capital world of Coruscant. There's 2 ways to get here if you're a new character. You can take the shuttle that I just did, or you can take a, there's a flashpoint called the S-Leads. Which was actually a speed run for that, and it's like a 6-minute run, and I don't know how you guys do that. interesting. Because it's long. It's a long flashpoint. And a flashpoint is basically anywhere from 1 to 4 players, and you go in and basically complete objectives. And there's story usually tied to it. But that's like one of the longer ones. Alright, so here's the second point in which I'll pick up heroics, because for the Jedi Knight, they are actually positioned very, very well, with all of our missions. There's 5 sections to Coruscant, 6. And there's like 5 or 6. But we'll only be going to see 5 of them. Won't see the works. The 4 that we're going to be going to actually have heroics that go directly to them, and they're like probably like a 5 to 10 second walk from the story. I feel like that's wrong. It's a really short walk from the story. Not even available yet. So another thing that they added with removing class and story is they added a ability to get a second like combat style. So I could theoretically pick one. It's not supposed to pop up until after you finish chapter 3, but I've already got it. I think it's bugged. Let's. So now that we're on Coruscant, our mission here is a scientist has gone missing. And he was working on a lot of stuff. So now we have to go figure out who kidnapped him. Which later on I'll tell you what actually happened. It's a pretty funny story. I guess it's not funny. It's just interesting.
Kidnapping is not funny. Come on.
Okay, it's not fun. Well, he kidnapped himself. Okay, he's a Sith Lord.
Whoa, spoilers. We're not there yet.
Yeah, I know. So now we're going to deal with somebody called I don't remember his name. But he is a part of a gang. So anybody that we deal with in Coruscant is going to be part of a gang. He is part of the guild. It's called the Guild, the Merchants Guild. But anyway, we're gonna kill him. So, sorry about that.
And you know who else is part of a gang is Thero, who just donated $5 saying, "We love Zach and Star Warts." I don't know about what exactly Star Warts are, but thank you, Thero, for supporting the game designers of tomorrow. Very epic. Exclamation point UA if you want to learn more about urban arts in the chat, and exclamation point donate if you want to support their students. We are raising money to refurbish their student media lab, give them all the tools they need to succeed and go to college. Very cool stuff. Very beautiful.
Definitely epic. Thank you, Thero. So now we're gonna talk to this guy. He's gonna say, "Please don't kill me," and then we're just over here. And...
Kill him.
Pretty much. But we have to.
I mean,
yeah.
I mean, he did shoot at you.
We do have to talk to him and get his information. There is, I think, an option to kill him. So let's see if I hit 3. If I'll just be able to kill him. Yep, there it goes. We killed him. So now we're going to go back to... That's not the button I wanted to click. We're going to go back to the Senate Tower. So there's only going to be 2 places that we have quick travel points for on Coruscant. As we're skipping taking the 7-hour taxis to... because on Coruscant they really are like 3 times as long as the Python. But you do get to see a lot of more of the scenery, so I mean, if you've never played it before and you kind of just want to see what it looks like, definitely check out the rides, even though they do take forever. Pretty cool. Alright, so now we found out that the kidnappers are in the spaceport. So we're gonna go to the spaceport and assist a fellow. Well, I guess at this point I've already passed my trial, so I'm a Jedi already, and she is an apprentice. So we're gonna go assist her. Try to find the good doctor. Now we're just walking forever. Walking in Spacebar Simulator, as some people may refer to it as. Looking at you, Thero. Now, I can't remember if activating stealth drops you out of rocket boost, but I think it does, but we're gonna... So I wasted a good, like, 15 seconds of rocket boost there, but that's okay. And I think the coolest thing about SOTOR is it actually gives you the ability to, like, make your own choices. So if you want to be dark side Jedi, you can. You can literally walk through the game, make all dark side choices. Till, I mean, it does change the game. Like, I mean, it changes how people. Pretty interesting. And the music is, some of it, I'm pretty sure some of it is from, I'm gonna say some of it's from the movie, but also some of it is used from other games.
Dr. Tarnas is the lead scope.
And then some of it is its own little composition. So, let's go to basement. Now we're gonna go deal with the Black Sun Gang. Some of you may know that from on Solo. Darth Maul was the leader of the Black Sun Gang. I'm running in. And
A lot of gang activity in this game.
we're just on this planet. Yeah, I mean there's the Hutt Cartel. Also, nobody is here. So this is where not having people on this planet would hurt the run if I didn't have stealth. Because all of this is still alive. But there is a cooldown on stealth. It's like a 10-second cooldown or something. I feel like there's a lot of arbitrary numbers in this game that don't really, you know, I mean, I guess the GCD, the global cooldown, but still. I will just stay stealth. I think it's also funny how it also turns your companion into wireframe as well. And then they just, you know, fly around. And the funniest part is when you're like super far ahead of your companion and the next thing you know, slingshot to you. That's the best. Or they slingshot in front of you. So this is probably the one of the longest walks on Coruscant that we'll have to do. No, Justicar's a little bit longer. And that's just because the heroic is at the very beginning of the area instead of closer to the middle or end. So, but it still saves us from having to take the taxi all the walk. Also, like if you're on the starting planes of Coruscant and Droman Kos, their chats turn into replace one word in the name of a movie with the word Jawa, and that's literally that all day. Fantastic.
MMO chats are definitely known for their deep conversations. Well, most online games, honestly.
Yeah. I mean, but you go to Imperial Fleet for, you know, the day traders over there on M Fleet. Public Fleet really doesn't have that much conversation. There's somebody yelling at somebody about PvP. Alright, so now we're going to go shut down some security terminals. And we just convinced, and I put convinced in air quotes because we force persuaded him to join us to fight the Black Sun leader. And basically sign death warrant. So, I really need to figure out how to play this class at a low level. After this. Final turn. Actually, a lot of the stuff was already killed, which is nice. Or if you're playing, it looks like 86 on this planet. Feeling up at the top of this on the right side is not gonna go. Oh nope. Another thing that they added is there's certain missions where you have to collect an item, and it's in an area that isn't instanced like this one is. So if you see me walking through a green door, it becomes personal. Anything that's in there is mine. But otherwise, it's just kind of like a free-for-all. So they recently added, I'm fighting with my weapon on my back. This is cool. They recently added an ability where you can share tags. So you can fight somebody else's stuff as they're fighting it, and you can get food off of it too. So that also has changed how we do things as well, because we let other people start the fight, and then we'll just go in and tap it. Back at the Senate Tower, we learned that Black Sun really doesn't know anything about where the missing doctor is, so now we have to, even though their guys were at the spaceport and they were captured doctor, we're back to practically square one. Oh, I think that's also the part where we just learned that stuff as well. Force. See if there's anybody around here. Nope.
It's a nice skyline view. Explains why the Justicars settled here.
Oh, okay. I think force speed, it says improve speed by like 150% for 2 seconds, so. Ability. Oh, okay. Dead. Nice.
These Justicars aren't messing around. A lot of fire people.
Almost. Down here. So, this territory is called the Justicar territory. Justicars are like a militia, I guess, and they've taken over this level of Coruscant after the Empire attacked and basically destroyed the first Jedi Temple. We'll see the Jedi Temple. So basically, this area that we're going to has a console where we can monitor power, because the weapon that the Doctor built a lot of power, and so stop. It's called the Planet Prison, and basically, it ionizes the planet's atmosphere, so if it tries to land, it blows up. And this cutscene like takes like every time.
Running a film. Here we go.
Alright, into the Jedi Temple we go. What's left of it anyway. Like people are already here, so that's good. I have to fight all of them.
The Sith sure did a number on this place. Can't believe they got away with it.
South here. So this is the last mission before we get our ship. Once we get our ship and get on the ship, then after we finish the conversation there's a conversation. Well, right now. I'm trying to see. Quick. Boost. Yes, just a little. Don't die.
So I gotta ask, like, how many times have you ran through this, like, 2 planets of this game?
Well, casually, probably like 10 or 15 times. Speedrunning, not as many actually. So I think I've done maybe like 6 runs total. But
So-
yeah.
So there's a lot more categories though in this game. Like how many have you ran?
About, I want to say it's close to a dozen. Most of them are the beginning story. One night I was stupid and I was like, okay, I've got time, I'm off tomorrow. So then I did a chapter 1, and it is not optimized at all. It was like the worst almost 5 hours of my life.
Oh yeah, that's
like,
a long time.
Yeah. So basically with that one, it's like 6 planets, 6 or 7 planets, and it's not a fun time.
It's just not.
Yep. And then, but yeah, so I mean, there's a lot of categories. I'm stuck on a bench.
No one saw this coming.
Like I said, the operations ones are my favorite, where you group up with 7 other people and you go in and you beat like bosses, speedrun killing bosses. My keys are stuck. And there's also a weird thing in this game where if you hit, so sometimes I'll use my arrow keys as directional, and sometimes I'll use my WAs and D. So when I'm fighting with my keybinds, I use my arrow keys, but when I'm just walking around, I'll use WA and D, and they'll get stuck. So it'll think that I'm still pushing a button, and so then I have to figure out which key to hit, and usually I have to just hit all of my arrow keys and WAs to get it to stop. But it's not a huge issue unless you're near a cliff. He's dead. There is fall damage. A lot of fall damage, so and I get stuck behind items pretty easily, so, but yeah. So there's actually 2 different sets of categories for the prologues. You can do where you're a subscriber, which is what I currently am, or you can do a free-to-play or preferred status. And they're different categories because XP gain for subscribers is higher than XP gain for play preferred. Usually I just skip this conversation, but I'd like to see it too. Alright, so time is going to be coming up
Come in, Coruscant.
now.
Oh man, you barely gave me any.
Yeah, I know.
Headway for that.
I know. Yeah, so sometimes there's like a conversation to actually have, and then with this one I always forget that you just click on it and you're done.
Yeah, that's okay. There's a little bit of delay on the timer because our setup's a little bit scuffed today, anyways. So we'll just pretend, it's all good. It was a 57:25, 100% accurate timing.
Nice.
Can vouch for that. I went back and
Good.
frame counted it.
Yeah. Awesome. Yeah, so that is Jedi Knight Prologue. It's a pretty fun category. Even if you don't want to run the game, pick it up casually. It's fun.
Very epic. Yeah, I remember back in I was literally still in high school when this game came out, and all my friends were like, "Yeah, this is the next big thing ever. You need to play it right now." And I'm like, "Yeah, but paying money per month for a video game, I don't know. A little bit monka."
I started when it went free to play. It was about 8 years ago, and some may say I have a problem I mean, I raid like every night of the week.
Yeah, it's it's healthy.
Yeah, yeah, right.
Video games.
Yeah, definitely. But there
All
is a
right, well,
Discord, so if anybody's interested.
very epic. I mean, if you want to drop that in the chat, that would be epic if
Yep.
you have it on hand.
Grab it.
I'll go ahead and let everybody know that we have some more Mario Odyssey races tomorrow and the next day. So if you want to stop by for those, if you are watching the 80% League regularly, that is when those are going to happen. We're also going to have some more special showcases next weekend. I know we've been a little bit light this weekend with them, just with the Star Wars showcase we're wrapping up now, but I assure you, next weekend, we're going to have some bangers. So definitely keep tuned with the schedule. You won't want to miss those. There's the Discord in the chat right now. Also, go follow Zach here. That is not the command. That is the command. If you want to watch some more Star Wars: The Old Republic, I'm sure Zach will be streaming. Probably, maybe, question mark.
Yeah, probably. Won't be running because they don't count right now because it's double XP. But story here.
Yeah, I can imagine double XP might be a little bit overpowered.
It is. Yeah, I'm usually level 11 when I finish, and I'm currently level 16. So.
Yeah, it's slightly busted.
Yeah, just a little bit.
All right. Well, I appreciate Thera for coming with the donation for Urban Arts. That's very epic. If anybody in the chat wants to contribute to the prize pool, the donation drives the spring fundraiser. You can do that, of course. We will be back tomorrow, but for now, we're gonna go raid Menace Monk, epic CCG gamer, running some SM64 right now, theoretically. So go cheer him on. Make sure that he doesn't get depressed and emo.